Coach Jeff Craddcok, welcome back to the state championship press conference. It's a yearly tradition with us here doing this interview here. I ask you this every year. What's the personality of this year's Tarboro team? What makes this year's team a little bit special to you?
Well, this team, the seniors, so we're 18 seniors strong. All of them played last year, so they were part of what it feels like to win the state championship game. Most of them, unfortunately, were part of the year before when we lost the state championship game. So this group knows what it feels like to win one and to lose one. And so hopefully that will help them understand the type of week we have to have at practice, because there's a big difference in getting to the state title game and winning it and losing it. So hopefully that experience will pay off.
Have you seen them put two and two together, just kind of like reflecting on those past years of like figuring out these are steps that worked versus the things that we did before that didn't work? Have you seen them kind of put that together this year?
Well, this team is a very loose football team.
Okay.
They really love each other, and sometimes they, for my liking, maybe a little too much, because they tend to play around maybe a little bit too much with each other.
Okay.
But they're very, very talented, and the problem is they know it, and of course, we know it. But for the most part, though, when it comes time to play football, these guys really have done a fantastic job. They dial in.
Yeah.
For the most part, the preparation, that's what we always preach at Tarboro. It doesn't matter who we're playing. It's always about us, guys. We just got to continue to get better. We got to continue to prepare. We got to continue to cement good habits weeks 1 through whenever. So now when we come up to the big stage, well, now it's just rinse and repeat. It's what we've done all year. And, it's the state title game, but at the end of the day, it's a football game that we're preparing to try to win.
I think a lot of just general football fans, including myself, were excited to see you get placed into this new conference where you're now the only 2A in the 3A conference with good programs, right? Teams that have had good success over the years. And it's kind of different, and not saying anything about your old conference, but the type of play that you had to play in October leading up to the playoffs this year, probably a little bit different than what you were used to. So how much has this whole new conference, and including your non-conference, how has that helped you for this run here?
Yeah, it's been a great conference. A lot of the guys I had known prior, I knew they were great coaches, and it got us refocused a little bit because, not to put down any schools or any teams, from our old conference, because there were some great coaches and great teams in those as well, but the number of teams, when you start looking at, I'm not going to name off all the teams in our conference, but just look at the last game we played against Kinston.
Yes.
Kinston, Coach, he's up here.
Yes.
Good time. I was just talking to Coach, congratulating him on his success. But that was 28-28. I mean, we were up 28-6 or 7 in the third, and we kind of rested, and the next thing you know, Kinston, those playmakers of theirs, got that sucker to 28-28. So you're talking the last week of the regular season, we're in a tie game going into the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
You can't replicate that type of advice. It was on the road.
Yeah.
And hats off to my guys. We scored 14 very quick points, and we got to stop, and we did enough to win the game. But it was a really good lesson for my guys that, you can be beaten for sure. But they also faced some adversity that they probably wouldn't have faced.
Yeah.
That they got late this year,
right?
And they responded to it, and I was thankful to get out there with the win.
Yeah, I agree. Also, Hunt. So you're the only guy here who's played 2 other teams here. What was your takeaway on Hunt, and how do you think they could do?
My initial takeaway is I sent their coach a text just a few days ago to congratulate him, and I said, "Listen, bud, can I get you off the schedule for next year?"
Because they're still kind of young.
They are young, and their quarterback is really good.
Yeah.
And he's done a great job. He's a great guy. Great job with that program. So we had them at home at Tarboro. I forget what week it was. Maybe week 2. I can't remember.
It's one of those weeks,
Yeah. But and it was a great game.
Yeah.
It was 34-17. I think it was a pretty close game at halftime. And we scored, I think, some touchdowns in the second half. I think we somehow managed to keep them off the scoreboard, or maybe just giving up a field goal. But it was a great game. And that's what I told him. I said, "Coach, I got 18 seniors." And I said, I know you are junior, sophomore heavy, and those boys play hard.
Yes.
They're well coached. He didn't agree to. He's not going to let me off the hook. I got to go to Wilson Hunt next year.
Hey, we'll be at that game. That'll be a fun one next year. That'll be a fun one. Coach Crack, always appreciate the time, and we'll be seeing you later this week. And best of luck rest of the week here.
Absolutely. Thanks so much.